If everyone remembers correctly, last time we upgraded the Saiga-12, we got it a drum mag. However, the drum mag does look a little bit goofy. Kind of reminds me of a Nerf drum mag. And unfortunately, a lot of the gas drum mags from Airsoft replicas seem to. So we're going to fix that with none other than the ITP Airsoft drum mag case. This is not a sponsored video. I purchased this with my own coin. Although I did get this off YMS Airsoft. They were nice enough to keep me in the loop whenever they were getting these in because it was technically a pre-order. They are the main distribution center in Taiwan for ITP Airsoft. They sell all of their stuff. I think their customer service is fantastic, and I've even given them permission to post some of my installation instruction videos on their website. So if you're watching this, maybe it's through YouTube, maybe it's through them. This is the FDE color. If you can't tell already on the Saiga, I'm going for that look. Pull this guy on out. I've been super excited about this. Look at that. Is that not crazy? It's huge. Take this guy out. Also comes with some extra O-rings, a couple pieces and parts. Now, when I first purchased... Oh, no. Oh, my wife's gonna kill me. Okay, so when I first purchased this drum mag, I was shooting it out in the backyard, and it was great until the plastic piece at the top busted. I don't know if it was my gorilla hands, or if the 3D print was just messed up, or the way the pressure lines up on this guy was a mess, but that's not ITP's fault. That wasn't made by ITP. This, however, was. Now, the great part is ITP might even save the day, because they have their own adapter on the top. All right, strap in and load out, because there's a few things we have to do first. To start, we have to remove the lid from this AW drum mag. Very simple, we're just gonna grab the bits necessary. And just go ahead and unscrew all 6 of the bottom screws of the base. Make sure there's no gas in it, obviously, and also no BBs running up the feed tube or the channel. That's 1. And find a safe place to store all of your screws so you don't lose them. So now that all 6 of the base screws are out, you should be able to just pop this guy off nice and carefully. Boom. And I just leave you with this big reservoir and an O-ring. And then this is what the bottom looks like of whatever adapter you have, whether it's this one or the M4 adapter, you name it. They're all one and the same. Next mission is to open this guy up and get this piece out. Very simple. There's, again, 6 screws. I just like to go from the top because I find it to be the easiest. Bingo. Let's go. And we'll just start by unscrewing these. Just keep a hand on this because it is loose. Okay, and the whole piece should come off the top. And boom, there's your adapter, but it's hollow. So now you'll notice these giant wings are covering these screw holes, and in order to screw these in, you're either gonna have to use an Allen key with the small bend side and repeatedly torque it, or you could just take off the wings. So I'm gonna take off these 4 screws to remove the wings. Now what I like to do is lightly, so it's still loose, put all 4 edge screws in, and then screw them in slowly and evenly, a turn at a time, just until it starts to press down nice and flush, so everything feeds correctly and all the O-rings sit nice. So before we screw these guys back in, there's something else that we're gonna have to do. We have to get to our mag that came with the replica, press this button, and we're gonna pull it apart. Now what we need to do is get this piece off so we can get it in here. Again, no matter what you do, get something, press down on here, make sure there's no gas in the replica. If there is, go shoot it out. Now, our first order of business on this side of the mag, or the insertion of the mag, you're going to find 1 screw here and 1 screw here. This will separate the 2 pieces, so we're going to go ahead and unscrew those now. And place your screws somewhere you won't lose them. And then the whole mag should piece apart upwards. Should have your front end and your rear end. I'm going to place the front end aside. You're going to punch these two pins from the mechanism side downwards, and they're going to come out through the flush side. A little bit more on the challenging side to do with the single hand. Definitely use a stable surface, unlike myself. But you should start to notice them coming out the back side. And then I just like to lightly take something and pull it the extra way. It shouldn't have a lot of tension, and they should be pretty lubed up as well from being in the gas the whole time. And number 2. Okay, now this whole piece should come up carefully. Be easy on it, it's got a lot of moving parts. Notice the inside's got that big rod. And then make sure your O-ring is still attached. Don't get that dirty. Now all you need to do next is take this guy with that bulging piece out the front and the button in the back. You're going to slide it on into our drum mag system. It will take just a bit of force, but again, take your time with it. Shouldn't take too much force. If it does, it's not lined up correctly. You're going to take that bag that it came with, open that up. There should be 2 pins in here. I'm going to need those, so let's get them out. They're in a separate bag. Now, if you remember correctly, the mechanism side is the side we punched into. So now we're going to do the same thing but go backwards. So we're going to push in from the opposite side. So if you're looking at the mag like this, you're going to put them in that direction. Number 1 goes here. Make sure you're all lined up. And number 2 goes here. And again with those serrated edges facing outwards. Okay, so now that your pins are in, your next mission, and I demand you do this, is we're going to make sure it holds gas. If it holds gas, then we're in a good place. Let's listen. Okay, it's holding gas. You don't want to have to strip this guy down again after you put it all together because it's leaking somewhere. Next, we're going to make sure that the BBs feed at the top. They do. That's perfect as well. Now we're ready to start installing the rest. Let me dump these out. Okay, so we're going to take our mag. We're going to throw these wings back onto the sides. I want to take this mag with the neck placed right against the little ramp or cutout on the top of the back of the mag. Now for the fun part. I really wish I had these all in the same color, but I don't. So I think what we'll do for now is just stagger them. You're going to place some fake 30-round shells in each slot. I hope I have enough. I don't think I have enough. Go. We'll start by skipping those spaces for now because I don't know if I have enough. But it's going to make it look like it has real shells, which is so cool. Oh, no. Oh, I'm not going to have enough. That is such a shame. Well, I'm missing 2, maybe 3. So, what can you do? I'm going to have to go grab some more. But now we're going to throw the top on. So the top goes on just like this, where the entrance to your feeding tube, to where you enter the BBs, this is the cutout for it. So you're going to place it on just like that. All right, let's wrap this up. We're going to take those larger screws and start inserting them into their rightful places. Look at that. Is that not evil? That is insane. I'm going to clean this up really quick, and then I want to take a closer look at it. This thing is insane. It's huge. Here's my hand for size. It is some sort of a plastic in a nice matte flat coating. It gives it this fantastic feel.
It looks absolutely menacing from the side. I do need a couple more shells, like I had mentioned. Maybe even, you know, throwing some stickers on these guys, like Dragon's Breath or something would be crazy cool. So maybe that's in the future. The installation's not the craziest difficulty in the world. It just takes a lot of patience and taking a bunch of things apart and putting them all back together. It's, like I said, pretty simple. It's by no means the cheapest option on the planet. The drum and the attachment at the top come as a combo. I was looking on the website. I think the FDE comes in at around $200 and the black is around like $180. Any AW drum mag is going to run you upwards of $100 unless you buy it used. It could be even $150. And then you also need a mag for the Tokyo Marui Saiga, which could be like another $50 unless you want to destroy the single one that you have. So it's not the cheapest option, but it does look awesome. It feels awesome. The quality is absolutely there. It feels like it's worth every penny. A couple things that I do notice. This is where you'll be loading your BBs from here forward. You're just going to slide that open, and then you just get a finger in there and push this guy over to the opening side, and it should just dump straight down into that hole. Then you can push it forward from the front, and then slide that guy back on over. Super simple. This doesn't even wobble or rattle at all, so that's really great too. Now, something that I do find on the interesting side, there is no BB catch. So you're going to have to wind this while it's inside the replica, and you're going to want to shoot all of it, otherwise they're just going to spew out. But in reality, you shouldn't ever have to remove this from the Saiga-12. All right, so we got the Saiga and the drum, and it is awesome. Check that out. Is that not insane? Look at this side. Like I said, I need a few more shells. As for your shells, I did notice, being that I have some Tokyo Marui, some SEMA, and some Jag shells, they're like ever so slightly different lengths, and that causes some of them to wiggle. So make sure you try and get a hold of all the same shells. I'm going to try and grab a bunch of red ones because I like the red ones. It is a beefcake, and again, ITP, I just want to say thank you for taking the time to make parts for replicas that kind of bring COD to life, because, you know, that's what Airsoft is all about. So yeah, for now, jeez, thanks for watching. Until the next Saiga 12 upgrade. Peace.